Good morning. Good morning. It is a beautiful day in Milwaukee, and I want to thank you all for being here this morning for a very, very exciting morning. We have some special guests, but before I make my introductions, I want to introduce to you the people who are sitting on our dais here this morning, who have joined us. We've got our police chief, Edward Flynn, who is here. We've got Jackie Burrell, who's a West Lawn resident council president. Dr. Darian Driver from the Milwaukee Public Schools. Stephanie Harling, who is the executive director of Havenswood. Behind her, we've got Dave Miskey from the city. We also have Sharon Robinson, Julia Taylor. We've got Chris Goller. We've got, let's see, make sure we got Ghassan Korban back there. Bevan Baker from the city. We've got Anthony McHenry right here from Silver Spring. We've got Mike Murphy, the president of the Common Council. Sean O'Brien from WIDA. Martha Brown is joining us as well. And on the stage, we have two special guests. We've got the Deputy Secretary of the Department of Housing and Urban Development, Nani Coloretti, who has joined us this morning. She's the one we're really happy to see. This is her first trip to Milwaukee, and I want her to remember her trip to Milwaukee, so be really nice to her for many, many reasons, not the least of which is that I know that you are all naturally very nice people. But to introduce her, I want to call up our friend Antonio O'Reilly, who has been serving our community for many, many years. But before I do that, there's a couple of commissioners I want to introduce as well. Mark Wagner, I didn't see Mark. Is Mark here? Who is our Housing Authority Board Chairman. Judge Joe Donald is here. We're glad that you're here as well. Lena Mitchell, Sherry Daniels, Jim Witkowiak, Ricardo Diaz, and a very special person, Shirley Ellis, who is here from Congresswoman Moore's office. I think Hope is here also from the office. Hope is also here. And I don't know if Tiffany Henry is here. I didn't see Tiffany representing Senator Baldwin's office or Senator Johnson's office. I don't see representatives there. They may be joining us later. But let me turn it over to Antonio O'Reilly to introduce our special guest. Mr. O'Reilly.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Mayor, and it's wonderful to be here. You know, I often say to people, you know, I'm Antonio O'Reilly, and I oversee HUD's operation for the President and the Secretary in 6 Midwestern states. I'm headquartered out of Chicago, but I still do live here. And I'm so used to getting up at 4 in the morning, getting on the train, getting down to Chicago, going out to some other part of my region. It's always wonderful when I can, like, sleep in my own bed, then get up in my hometown and come to an event like this, be part of a wonderful ceremony to announce some fantastic news for the city of Milwaukee. And I have to say that as the former head of the Housing and Economic Development Authority for Wisconsin, for WIDA, I had the pleasure during my time there to be a part of Phase 1, and now at HUD be a part of Phase 2 is going to be extraordinary. But enough about me. It's great when I can wake up and be here in Milwaukee, but it's even better when I can bring with me the Deputy Secretary of the Department of Housing and Urban Development. Give her another round of applause for our introduction. Deputy Secretary Nani Coloretti was confirmed to serve as HUD's Deputy Secretary on December 2nd, 2014. As the second most senior official at HUD, Deputy Secretary Coloretti manages the department's day-to-day operations, including a $45 billion annual budget, approximately some 8,500 employees. Prior to joining HUD, Mrs. Coloretti served as the Assistant Secretary at the U.S. Department of Treasury. In July 2012, President Obama appointed her as a member of the Government Accountability and Transparency Board. Following the passage of the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act of 2010, Deputy Secretary Coloretti helped to establish a new Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and served as its acting Chief Operating Officer. Before going to D.C., she served as a policy advisor and budget director in San Francisco, where she led the development and the implementation of the city's $6.2 billion annual budget. She is a recipient of the UC Berkeley Goldman School of Award for Policy Innovation, the National Public Service Award, and the Fed 100 Award. She attended the University of Pennsylvania and has a master's in public policy from the University of California, Berkeley. please join me in welcoming our number 2, the Deputy Secretary of the Department of Housing and Urban Development. Donnie?
Thank you, Antonio. And that was a very kind introduction. It is my first time in Milwaukee, and I have to say you have one of the best regional administrators because he really knows Milwaukee. We have already been on a site visit this morning, and we have like 3 more to go, so so he's making great use of my time. And I also want to just recognize Mayor Barrett for your great leadership here in the city. And another person I want to thank is Tony Perez, who I think is up here on stage. Oh, on the side. Thank you, Tony. On the side. Just incredible work at the Housing Authority, and I want to thank all the community leaders. I met some of you before I got to come up here, just in attendance, for everything you've done to make this possible. We come together this morning to celebrate a new chapter for West Lawn, one full of new opportunities for the residents and new possibilities for the community as a whole. As all of us know, in recent decades, this area has faced its share of economic adversity. Development has been too limited and investment has been too scarce. But despite these challenges, West Lawn has always been rich with ideas, talent, and the resiliency of its people. You've never let hardship destroy your hope, and you believed that progress was always possible through partnership, persistence, and passion. And let me tell you something today, HUD believes in you as well. I mean, just look at the incredible transformation that we see taking place in one half of the community, and we want to support you in finishing the job. So that's why today, on behalf of HUD and Secretary Julian Castro, I'm proud to announce that we're awarding a $30 million grant. Invest in West Lawn. It's going to revitalize the surrounding neighborhood. It's going to help bring your plans for progress to life. And let me tell you something. You deserve this award. You competed, and I understand this is not the first time you turned in an application, with 33 communities. And only 5 are getting announced today, and you are one of them. So you should really feel proud. So it's coming from one of HUD's signature programs called Choice Neighborhoods. And this was launched in 2010 in the Obama administration. It represents a new approach to community revitalization, which you are familiar with. It recognizes the value of local leadership and local ideas, with the federal government playing a supporting role. And it also brings together people from all walks of life to build partnership and develop a common vision for the future, which you have. And then 3, it emphasizes a big picture approach to development, because the success of housing is related to jobs, school, public safety, and transit options that surround it. And you're all here today, so you should really feel good about this. So across the nation, from Boston to Seattle, this work is making a difference. It's better housing, thriving businesses, safe streets, and more vibrant communities. And we want the same to happen in more areas. So today, this is one of 5 announcements I mentioned. We're announcing a combined total of $150 million for 5 cities. Okay, Atlanta, Kansas City, Memphis, Sacramento, California, and of course, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So our data shows that for every $1 invested in a choice neighborhood, you're leveraging $9 in other public and private investment. So it's not just our money, it's a lot of other partners coming together. The West Lawn Transformation Plan includes the redevelopment of 708 new mixed-income housing sites, including 394 replacement units, both on the West Lawn site and in the surrounding neighborhood. The plan also includes investments to improve the entire neighborhood. It's going to reduce the negative effects of foreclosures, improve access to education, retail, transportation, and strengthen families' health and employment. So here in West Lawn, we are really impressed by the partnerships that you developed and the plans you've created. mixed income housing units, new retail along Silver Spring Corridor, which I'm sure Antonia's going to show me later today, increased access to transit parks, and job training. So I know that you all correctly recognize that healthy communities need all of these things to prosper in the 21st century, and we also know that a stronger West Lawn means a stronger Milwaukee, and a stronger Milwaukee means a stronger Wisconsin and a stronger nation. So congratulations for everything you've accomplished so far, and thank you for continuing your push for progress and never giving up. Keep on doing what you're doing, and we at HUD look forward to working closely with you to build a future where opportunity is within reach for every American and in every corner of the country. Thank you very much.
Madam Secretary, thank you very, very much. So far, my day is going pretty well. So you know, I don't know how I can top this. But last Thursday afternoon, I got a phone call from Congresswoman Moore, who shared with me the news. She didn't know the exact number, or we were sort of sworn to secrecy as to what the number is. I didn't want to say what it is. But I want to publicly acknowledge Congresswoman Moore for all the work that she has done. She has been so incredible. Thank you very much. Tell her to give you a raise for all the work that you're doing as well. And Senator Baldwin, who can't be here as well, asked me to give her personal wishes as well. I want to thank her for her leadership on this issue. One of the things that I've been saying recently, and I really believe it, is that there are more good things going on in the city of Milwaukee than in any other city in this state. There are more good things going on in the city of Milwaukee than in any other city in this state. You wouldn't know it if you listened to conservative talk radio, because they love to criticize the city. But there is a lot going on here. And I think we're all familiar with the incredible renaissance that's occurring in downtown Milwaukee. When you look at the Northwestern Mutual Building, which is the largest single-tenant office building in the history of the state. If you look at 833 East Michigan, if you look at the new arena, which we will have going up soon, if you look at the streetcar, the 1,700 or so apartments and condos that are adding a lot of vitality to the heart of the city, you have to be excited about that. You have to be excited about that. And I am, and I love being the cheerleader about that. But every time I've spoken about it, I've also said that we have to get all of the momentum that's going on in the heart of the city into the neighborhoods. It is important that we bring this momentum into the neighborhoods, and that's exactly what we are doing here today. We are bringing the momentum that this city has now embraced, and we're extending it to the West Lawn neighborhood. And I couldn't be happier to have that happen right here with $30 million coming into this community. And as we were making our pitch to the HUD evaluators teams, we said, look what we're doing here. Take a look at this. Take a look at what we've done at West Lawn already. This shows that this community believes in having adequate, good housing for people of all incomes. I believe, and our housing authority believes, and President Murphy believes, that we have to show respect for people by having decent housing. And we've done it, we've demonstrated we can do it. We have to have partners, and with the Silver Spring Center, we've got a great partner in Anthony and all of his team as well. We've got a great partner with Dr. Driver, and I'm going to ask both of them to speak in a few minutes. But this is about partnerships. It's about creating partnerships, and the housing is important, and we're going to put a lot of the money into doing on the western end of West Lawn what we've done on the eastern end of the West Lawn. And that's very, very important to us, because it's important for people to have good housing. But it's not just about housing. Police Chief Flynn is here today because it's about public safety as well. It's about safe neighborhoods. It's about people, as I've said, and the Chief has heard me say it 1,000 times, it's about grandmas in every part of this city being able to sit on their front porch and watching their kids play safely. That is my vision for this city, and we're going to achieve that vision because of the partnerships that we have created and what we're doing on events like today. So we're going to continue to push in that area with education, with people, with housing. That's what this is all about. But again, it's not just something that the city has done. We've had phenomenal partners. Julia Taylor from the Greater Milwaukee Committee has been great. She has been pushing. Let's give Julia a round of applause as well. Chris Galler from PNC really stepped forward. This investment by PNC Bank is the largest of this type that PNC has ever done. They have been a phenomenal partner, and it's something that I think he's proud of because it shows that his bank believes in serving people and communities. So I want to acknowledge him. I mentioned Anthony McHenry. I had a great walk with Anthony McHenry just about a month ago. We had 100 of our closest friends, kids who were from the neighborhood here, as we walked around for my 100 miles in 100 days walk. And it was great hearing his story, how he came to Wisconsin and stayed in Wisconsin and has flourished, as has the Silver Spring. And I want to thank him for his leadership as well. These are all great, great folks. So here's the vision. The vision is we go from Sherman Boulevard to 76th Street, Mill Road to Villard. And what we're going to do is we are going to inject resources, not just here, but inject resources, again, through the schools, through housing, through neighborhood development partnerships. And we're going to work to not only make this a safer place, a more vibrant place, a more inclusive place, but we're going to work to reduce the number of foreclosures. We're going to work with lenders and servicers to get more resources here, because I believe that this part of the city is a part of the city that with the injection of these resources is just going to flourish, just like we're seeing what's happening in the heart of the city. So this is a great, great day for the city, and I couldn't be happier to have you all here today. I would now like to call up my friend, Dr. Darian Driver, because she is going to be the lead on the educational component of this, and I am ecstatic that the Milwaukee Public Schools is playing such an important part in what we're doing here today. Dr. Driver.
Well, good morning, Milwaukee. This truly is a special day, and it's rare that I'm at a loss for words. But I really am, because that phone call that came Thursday, the mayor told it right. We were told where to be and what time, but we had no idea how much. And just the fact that there is this level of investment from Washington really speaks volume to the power of the people here. You can't help but think about the proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. I say it all the time because it's the truth. There were so many people who were involved in making this possible. They're here today. If you could just wave, stand up, scream out, just so people know who is involved, because there were so many people from the city, from Milwaukee Public Schools, from the Housing Authority, they're all over. Please give them a hand. Really have been mission critical in making this possible today. If you haven't had the opportunity to talk to Tony Perez, I strongly encourage you to do so. He is a very passionate individual who I had the opportunity to meet very early in my superintendency, and the fact that he understands the importance of having strong housing and how it helps to fuel a strong public school system, how it helps to connect people to resources through the Silver Spring Neighborhood Center, the fact that we have the library kiosk and all of these other resources, and how important that is to the vitality of a city is really rare, and he is a jewel for all of us. And so to Mr. Perez, please can we give him a round of applause? From day one, this has been on the top of our agenda, and when we talk about rethinking partnerships, when we talk about educating the whole child, this is what it's all about, making sure that they have the resources and that their families have the resources to help them be successful. Our schools are anchor institutions. They are the lighthouse of our communities. We are standing right next to the Silver Spring Neighborhood Center and Browning Elementary School. Not too far, in the principal, I'm sorry, Mr. Raymond Unak is here. We'll give him a round of applause. Not too far up the road is Carmen Northwest Middle and High School. We also have Kluge School of the Arts and Kilbourne Elementary School. So think about the way that science, technology, and the arts all come together through these anchor institutions to make sure that all of our young people have a well-rounded experience, but that their parents are also given the resources that they need to engage and support them as well. And so today truly is an exciting day for us. This is a very important opportunity for us and a chance for us to really get this right on behalf of all of the citizens of Milwaukee. And speaking to that, we are also making an investment just around the corner. We're building our third College Access Center for the community here. And so right in our backyard, we will have another opportunity for students and their families to learn about going to college and all of the different resources and the strategies that are necessary to be able to get there. And so on behalf of all of the people who have played a role today, this really is a special day. Pat yourselves on the back. I saw the woman up front. She stood up with her arms up like this, and I think that's how all of us are truly feeling. But thank you so much. We just can't thank you again for this opportunity. We won't let you down. This is going to be a new day for West Lawn, and as Mr. McHenry will tell you in a minute, this is when West Lawn wins. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Driver. Well, Madam Secretary, if you could share with your boss, Mr. Castro, as well as the President, that we're really happy. If you could just pass that around. Just so they know, and we're thankful to them. We're thankful to both of them as well for this. As I mentioned before, this is all about partnerships, and it's about having community partnerships. This was not a top-down initiative. This is something where we had so many different team members who came together. The amount of people that worked on this was amazing. And for the city, it's going to be Tony Perez, who loves to stand on the side, but when he stands on the side, make sure you have both of your hands on your wallet. Because he's up to something, I guarantee that. And Sharon Robinson is going to, those are the two that are going to be leading the effort for the city. Obviously, Dr. Driver is going to be leading the effort for the Milwaukee Public Schools. But this is our team, and we've got our team assembled, and there are many, many other people in this team. But again, it's not just city employees. Stephanie Harling has been a force here on the northwest part of the city of Milwaukee in her work as the executive director of the Havenswood organization. And I'd like her to come up, and I want to thank her for everything she's done and continues to do for the city of Milwaukee. Stephanie? I stole her notes.
Yeah. I was smooth. So good morning. Good morning. And we are at Havenwoods are so excited for this opportunity. Thank you, Deputy Secretary Coloretti, and thank you, Mayor, for the generous introduction. So we have been working on the ground here for 15 years, and West Lawn has been a partner. Quick history. I'm sorry, Paul, I'm going a little bit rogue on the talking point, so I'll make it quick. We actually started out in Silver Spring Neighborhood Center, and we grew from Silver Spring Neighborhood Center, and we grew out of West Lawn to take on a larger comprehensive initiative. So our heart is here, and we're happy to be here as a partner. So we have seen a lot of success in the neighborhood alongside of our partners and in partnership with many private and public organizations, and we've seen a lot of progress. With that said, we made it very clear in the site visit that West Lawn, as it stands right now, is a barrier to developing and transforming this community. So while it had its role in the day, today, we're excited to see this transformation happen and see progress in Havenwoods. So thank you very much. So what this grant will do for us on a larger scale, as mentioned before, is it will serve as a catalyst to help us develop the rest of the community and build on the partnerships that we had and build on the investment that we enjoy today. So with that said, I'm going to close, and I'm going to congratulate Mayor Barrett, Director Perez, and my friends and colleagues at the Housing Authority for this award. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. Another important partner in all this has been Jackie Burrell, who is right here from West Lawn. And when we did have the site visit, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago, whatever it was, I remember sitting in the conference room, and we had a lot of people from the city around the table, and I can remember where you were sitting, sort of to the right of where I was sitting, and I was thinking, I wonder what she's thinking. I wonder if she thinks, what are all these people doing here, all these city types trying to make this pitch, because we were really trying to show our best, put our best foot forward. And I hope you can now appreciate that we were really trying that day. But what's important is that she was at the table. She was at the table because we respect the people who live here. And she has been a great leader for the residents, and I'd like her to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Deputy. Thank you, Deputy Secretary. Thank you, Deputy Secretary. Thank you, Deputy Secretary. I say that for a reason. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. I talked to her earlier before we got started. I do believe in prayer. Prayer is the answer to all things. I thank you, Mayor, for putting this grant together for our community. You don't know how I feel right now. I feel like a queen right now. On the behalf of the Westlawn Resident Counselor Board and our Westlawn family. We tried and we tried and we tried and we finally made our way through. And with the help of Westlawn family, we're gonna pull through some more and more and more. And I want to say thank you again.
Thank you, Queen Jackie. Thank you very much. Our final speaker is the soft-spoken guy to the side, Tony Perez, who has assembled a great team at the Housing Authority. And Tony, for several decades now, has been really in the fight. He's been in the fight to really improve housing in this city. And again, it's all about dignity. It's about dignity of people and understanding that we in a society have to be just to everyone. And he is committed to that. His staff is committed to that. And I'm pleased that he really, really harnessed the energy of those who are working at the Housing Authority to get us where we are today. He understood that we aspire to go beyond a grantor-grantee relationship. That this is about community building. He understands that there's need for intervention to change the trajectory in children's lives. And the tutoring program that the Housing Authority has had has been just a phenomenal, phenomenal success. But it's his leadership at the Housing Authority, I think, that has allowed us to get to where we are today. And I'd like to bring him up to the stage right now. Tony Perez.
I mean, who wouldn't want to work with and for this man, eh? Yes. Tall order indeed. And Superintendent Driver mentioned about the old adage about the village and the child. But I had come to realize, and I tortured it, and a number of you had heard this from me before, it takes the village to raise the village. And so it is all the villagers that are here, and some that don't even know that they'll be part of this, that will have to show up. The other day we had a gentleman that came from Italy, and I think he took off last night, and well done indeed. And he said our challenge is to foster a sense of collaboration and share responsibility in planning for the future. And the future is now. And it is in that vision that the housing side, as important as it is, Maslow hierarchy of needs, food, shelter, it's about the neighborhood and its people. The partners that you see here with us, those that are in our audience, those that were not able to be with us today, we're counting on all of them. And it is not because we happen to hold the self-evident ultimate truth. It is for this to happen, it would take the whole village. There's a, you might remember, Deputy Secretary, the Little Prince, French guy, Antoine, de Saint-Exupéry, and he said, if you want to build a ship, don't drum up people to collect the wood, and don't assign them task and work. That's the obvious. That's what we put in the grant. And this is the not so obvious part, but rather teach them to long for the endless immensity of the sea. If the children here, if the children there, if the young people around, if the parents feel that there's a sea that will attract those minds, we will not have any difficulty in achieving our goals. Thank you to my buddy old pal back over there, Lourdes Castro. I don't know, for a little while there was a lot of Castro getting happening over there, but The secretary calls it the Department of Opportunity, right? And we see an opportunity that is shrinking for many. Patricia, would you let me have those two? There's a gentleman, Robert Putnam. Some of you might have read his work about a decade ago called Bowling Alone. And he was talking about the number of civic institutions that continue to shrink, less people spending time with them and so forth. And he recently had a publication. Dr. Driver already got, this religion I pass on to her, but she already is a convert. And it's called Our Kids, the American Dreaming Crisis. And it states that the particular defines the universal. So the mayor also got this Bible. These are for you. I got the price in case you need to report, $27.02. All right. It also has an ex libris in case you decided to leave it at the HUD library, because it will take you all for this to happen also. Thank you, and praise the Lord, and thank you, Secretary Colorado.
So there you have it. She comes to town, we get $30 million. But I want you to know that this is not the first time that HUD has been to the rodeo here in Milwaukee. For the last 2 decades, they have been a phenomenal partner to this city. The work they've done with Hope 6, the neighborhood program that dealt with foreclosures, the 3rd Ward, a lot of different, even the Riverwalk are areas where HUD has been a partner to the city of Milwaukee. And HUD is an agency that some people love to criticize, but my experience has been that HUD understands that cities are places where people live the American dream, and that we as a society have a responsibility to make sure that all individuals have a chance to get to live the American dream. So again, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your generosity, for coming here, for being so engaged in what we're doing. And I want to thank all of you, because I looked out through the audience, and you are the team. You are the team that helps this city fight back. That's the way I describe it. We're fighting back. We're fighting back to create hope and opportunity in the lives of people, and we're going to continue that fight. Thank you very much. Let's have a great day. Go Milwaukee. Thank you.